cool. While the bow may have been the samurai's primary weapon, we all know what defined the class. That's right, the sword. But just as Kyudo, or way of the bow, evolved from Kyujutsu, or the art of archery, swordsmanship has seen a similar transition from Kenjutsu to Kendo. Obviously, over time, bows and swords became less and less effective in warfare. Around 1543, the rifle was introduced to Japan by Portuguese traders. 32 years later, at the Battle of Nagashino, it established its dominance as an army of riflemen routed a feared samurai cavalry force. But there was another big event that shook up all combat-related activities in Japan. Any guesses? Japan is such an ultra-safe destination nowadays that it's hard to imagine what it must have been like in the 1930s. Ultra-nationalistic, heavily influenced by an extremely political military. By 1942, with the Pacific theater of World War II in full heat, the Army ordered all traditional martial arts to subordinate to the war efforts. When the war ended, a victorious General MacArthur, fully in command of the islands, issued Directives 550 and 548, requiring all militaristic activities removed from public life. It would take 6 more years before the ban lifted and the combat arts returned to a peaceable Japan. Nothing, in my book, is more fearsome than a Kendo getup. If seeing this guy across the room from you doesn't tighten up the rectum a bit, wait till you hear his screech that precedes imminent attack. Please, just take my wallet, take my keys. Just like the karate lessons you maybe took as a kid, the action is divided into live-action sparring and also lesser-known katas, which teach technique in a simulated but well-rehearsed confrontation, judged not by points, but by the purity of the movements. The teacher always makes the first move and then allows the student the victory to build their confidence. It's a fresh November morning as I roll into the school complex where Kendo activities are to take place. Like Kyudo and other traditional Budō activities, Kendo has returned to its pre-World War II roots as part of school curriculum. It's encouraging to see activities rooted deep in history that are still thriving, activities that focus the mind and offer the social benefits of belonging to a club. This particular club, run by the friendly and accommodating Takara Suzuki-san, a 7th Dan master of the art, who has graciously invited me in and coupled me up with some of his star students to help ease me into the class. Just like Kyudo practice, there's heavy attention on meditation and focus here. Undoubtedly an entire deeper layer of contemplation that I am completely missing. Kendo competitions, however, are intense affairs. It only takes 2 points to win the match, and clashes are fast and violent. No time to let your mind drift. There's a little confusion at first, largely due to my crappy Japanese language ability, about what exactly I can do and what I should wear. But when the drill starts, I just jump right on in. I might not catch every word, but I can sure mimic an action. I guess the Italian yellow shorts were enough to cajole them into getting me a legit outfit, and now that they've gone that direction, they've gone full Monty. I got the gi, got the headband, and I think at the end of the class, once some technique is practiced, we might go full armor.
This is a wooden sword.
Wooden sword.
For practicing.
For practice, no contact.
No contact. And
Yeah.
for the kata.
And for the kata.
For kata.
Learning a lot of intricate details. You start off with this sword in your right hand to symbol non-aggression. After you bow to your opponent, you move it over to your left, because this is where a fighter would draw his sword and then attack. Learning a good sword swing is a little like learning a good golf swing. It starts with the right grip. Most of your grip strength is coming from the index and your pinky finger and your thumb, and these two are loosely wrapped around. And then there's a proper distance that your next hand has to attach to the grip. And when you drive, it's mainly with your left hand, just like golf. And this is sort of your stabilizing hand as you come down. I've just learned 3 techniques here on the side. Men, which is a straight head to groin slash. Kote, which is an attempt to cut off your opponent's arm when he has his hands tilted to the side. And Do, which is a cut to his side while he's coming in for the attack. You strike first and cut his side open. The guys do a good job of breaking it all into nice, digestible chunks for me. I'm slowly starting to get it. But as unprepared as I might be, I can't help but turn my greedy eyes to the deep end of the pool. I want to jump right on in. But Johnny, you say, you need months of training before you confront an experienced Kendoka head-to-head. Nonsense, I retort. Deep in my soul, there's a primeval warrior spirit which will rise up when the call comes. I will turn into a raging bull and defeat all enemies. Here it comes. It's about to rise up within me.
For the very first time, I'm going to be the target if he demonstrates this technique to men. And it's a little terrifying having a fully suited guy in front of you with a sword, even if it's made of bamboo. All right.
All right, I can do better. Once I clear the cobwebs out of my head and stop seeing birds and stars, we begin combat practice in earnest. The outfit protects you from the worst, but you still feel the impact. Perhaps that's the point. The view out of the visor is limited, but you've only got one opponent straight in front. It's whack or get whacked, and it all happens terribly fast. I gotta get that yell down a bit. There it goes.
I wouldn't say the attack on the head was pleasant. Now we're going to do an attack on the side, the Do. He's going to attack me again. Let's see how this feels. Not too bad. Apparently I have a better abdomen than I have a noggin.
Woo! Oh, that was a blast, but I felt like a fish out of water. All that Dungeons and Dragons I played in my parents' basement, watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 times, did me no good. It's a lot more nuanced than you'd expect, but also a lot of fun. It would take some training, but you look pretty badass when you can do this right, and I'd love to do Kendo again.